you're a professional?
Are you?
That's it, Clark. Show 'em who's boss.
Oh, we're all in this together.
Hey everybody, what's going on? Welcome back to the Clark Griswold YouTube channel. I am Mr. Clark Griswold. If you are a first timer, then welcome here. I appreciate you tuning in and joining in and watching the video, and to everybody who has subscribed before and has followed me new and old, I appreciate all of you guys for letting me to learn and earn and grow with you guys together. We're all a team here, and we're all looking to do the same thing, and that's just be successful traders. So that's why I put the information out for you guys, just to help you guys as much as I can and help you guys to have success as much as you can. Today I did have a loss on a trade today with XOM, and it is going to be the first one I go through. And losses happen, and if anybody you follow tells you that, you know, they're 100% win rate, or you know, whatever they want, that's not true. That's just, you can't have it. The market's unpredictable. So sometimes we don't win a trade and we get stopped out, and that's fine. And we just move on to the next one. We just make sure we don't let those losers run. Okay, we want our winners to run. If you haven't done so before, please subscribe down below. You can click that button and then click the bell. The bell gives you notifications every time I send out videos just like this one. This is a Lotto Friday daily watch list. So Lotto Friday is just that. It's you put your money on a lotto, and it's the end of the week. So if you've been winning for most of the week, keep what you're spending small, okay? Especially if you're green already, you don't want to lose those on a Friday and ruin your weekend. So I do put out daily videos for you guys, watch lists, top 5 lists, learning tools, inspirational videos, motivational videos, reviews of trades that I've completed. So let's get started. I've got about 20 on the list here, and then I'll try and send out a top 3, top 5 for you guys later tonight. First one I've got on the list, I'm going back to XOM, the one that stymied me today. There's a big outside bar. It's actually a 1-3 setup on this play. So again, it's just like the 3-1 pattern, and I did put out a video on the 3-1 pattern, so you guys might want to go check that out. But the 1-3 pattern is just as rare. It doesn't happen very often. So we're going to look for calls on this one at 85.46, puts at 82.73. I've put in the targets for you guys just to see how we do it for anybody who's new. If we're trending down, we take the bottom of the preceding wicks, okay? We don't need to pick these ones up in here, but just take the bottoms of the preceding wicks, okay? And if we go up, again, it's just the same. So there's one small one here. I'll just put that one in. It's very tight there. And then the second one. So I just want to point this out. This isn't a coincidence that this target is sitting on this broadening formation, okay? Right here. So is it possible that we tag that? It is very possible, especially given that our time frame continuity is all the same. And somebody actually asked me a question on one of the videos, what is the DWMQY? What is that? So that's the daily chart, the weekly chart, the monthly, the quarterly, and the yearly chart. The arrows with the green are telling me that they're going up, and if they're red and down, it's telling me that they're going down. The white box represents an outside bar, which you can see here, and the yellow circles represent a inside bar. And if you guys are looking for that indicator, you can click on your indicator tab, type in time frame continuity, and the author is Board Rider B. Okay, so that's our play for XOM, ExxonMobil. I'll be looking at that one tomorrow. Not revenge trading. I will only trade it if it gives me something, okay? We don't revenge trade, because it just leads to bigger losses. Ask me how I know. Next up, we've got KDP. Keurig Dr. Pepper has an inside bar. And again, for those who follow me regularly, you know what an inside bar is. For those who don't, an inside bar does not break the high or the low of the previous candle. And it doesn't matter on what time frame that happens. Whether it's a minute, a weekly, a daily, a monthly, a quarterly, a second chart, it doesn't matter. An inside bar is an inside bar. An outside bar that I showed you previously, like this one here, it breaks the high and the low of the previous candle, okay? So we have an inside bar here. Inside bars show consolidation within the stock or the ticker, and it's basically getting into a tightening range. And it's, I always explain it as it's coiling like a spring, and it's getting tighter, 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 and getting ready to explode to one direction or the other. Okay, so when I first started trading options successfully, all I played was inside bars because to me they were easy to spot. I could see that they were within the range of the previous candle. And then from there, I moved on to trading outside bars and reversals and so on and so forth. And that's what I would recommend you guys do. Pick one strategy to learn and then grow from that, and then go to the next one, and then go to the next one, and then go to the next one. Okay, and again, guys, this is perfectly fine to trade with common shares. I don't mind. I wouldn't go to the downside with common shares because I don't want you guys shorting stocks unless you're super comfortable with it and you know what you're doing. But if you're looking at just trading shares and not options, I would only be looking for the break of this high side to go long at 37.86. Okay, let's move on. Apple is next. Has had a 2 down that finished green. Again, a 2 down bar. And again, you know what, guys? I do have a video out. You'll see a link in the top right corner at some point in this video for what the candle numbers mean. Okay, so it's a 8-minute video or something like that. 6 minutes. You can go check it out. It'll tell you what all the candles and the numbers represent. Okay, so this is a 2 down, and it finished green. Okay, and I was thinking about this before I made the video. Realistically, I don't care what color this candle is. We can reverse on this regardless. I like to pick the greens on the dailies just because it shows more probability, okay, that we are going to reverse to the high side. And it doesn't always happen. We can look intraday on a 30-minute chart or a 15-minute chart, and this candle can be red, and we can still reverse up through it, okay? It doesn't have to be green. This candle can be red to green, and tomorrow we can still reverse up. It doesn't really matter. This color doesn't matter. But when I'm going through the daily charts for these trades, it shows me probability that this is going to continue higher, but not necessarily true, okay? If that makes sense to you guys. So we can take calls and go long at this one at 173.36. Airbnb, sorry, we have an inside bar. Okay, so we can take calls and go long at 167.96 and puts at 161.74. We have a first target here. This one's a little different, and I'll just show you guys. The first target is the top of the preceding wick. The next target is right there. And the only reason we use the bottom right here is because there's a gap. Okay, if there was no gap here, then the top of the next wick way up here would be your next target. But this, because there is that gap, becomes your second target. Okay, and then when we're looking to the downside, again, it's fairly simple. We have a tight target here. And then our next one is right there. Okay, let's move on to Activision, ATVI. ATVI has another inside bar. So we can take calls at 80.45, puts at 79.98. The day and the week are red, so let's see what happens with ATVI tomorrow. Cat has an inside bar, and the Cat seems to have a lot of these. There's always inside bars on Cat. The problem that I have with Cat, and one of the reasons I don't really trade it, is because the premiums are higher. But more so the spread between the bid and ask is quite far apart. And I don't really like to take trades that are more than 5% out between the bid price and the ask price. And that's why I'll look at these day plays for the first couple hours in addition to SPY and NEO. QQQ is another one. AMD is another one. So I like those plays because they're super liquid. I can get in, I can get out. The bid and the ask is like pennies. It's 50 50 cents on the ask and 49 cents on the bid, okay? So they're super tight, and that's the way I like to pick my option plays and the ones I like to look at. AMD is the same way, QQQ, SPY, NEO, Lucid is like that. There's a bunch of them. I think I actually have a video for small premiums, not so much the spreads between the bid and the ask. But those are a few of them that I use intraday on a daily basis. CRM is up next. CRM, we've got another inside bar. So we can take calls at 202.72, puts at 198.19. And again, here's another scenario that we just looked at. If we trend to the high side, that's our first target. And our second target becomes the bottom of the wick because of this gap. Okay? Put another notch in your tool belt so you can put that into your repertoire. Datadog, DDOG, had a 2 down that finished green, so we can look to go long on this at 140.75. And guys, if you have questions about any of this stuff, leave me a comment. Leave me a comment down below, or you can get a hold of me on Twitter either through a direct message or a comment there. I answer back usually the same day, okay? And if you like the video, please just take some time now, give me a quick thumbs up. I would appreciate it greatly. And if you think it sucks, I have no problems with you giving me a thumbs down, but let me know why, okay? So I can help you, help make the videos better for you and everybody else. Okay, DIA, that's the Dow Jones Industrial ETF. Outside bar, we can take calls at 347.10, puts at 341.89. Etsy, ETSY, has an outside bar as well, full time frame to the downside. Okay, so probability that this goes down is high, but not necessarily true, okay? So puts we can take at 118.97, and calls to go long we can take at 128.84. JP Morgan. JP Morgan has a 2 down that finished green, so let's look for calls on this one at 131.90. Moderna has an inside bar. I'll tell you right now, this one's going to be on my top 5 list. Calls at 159.80, puts at 151.39. Mr. Softy, that's Microsoft, 2 down, finished green. Outside of the day, the time frame is to the downside, but we're going to look for this to trend back up. We'll see if we can trigger at 303.74 to go long and take calls. Okay, MS. MS has a 2 down that finished green. Looks like we've got a little bit of a hammer candle there. We can take calls on this one at 83.60. MU is Micron Technology, inside bar, full time frame to the downside. This likely will also be on my list. Calls at 74.73, puts at 72.21. Nike, inside bar. Nike, you can take calls at 130.05, puts at 127.12. ORCL is Oracle. Oracle had a 2 down that finished green. And here's an example. We had a 2 down that finished green here, but we still continue to trend down, okay? So we have another one. We're going to try to reverse back up tomorrow on this one with calls at $82. PYPL is PayPal. We can look for PayPal to go long at 114.31 due to this 2 down that finished up. QQQ. This is one of the ones I said I like to play intraday. The bid asks are usually tight and the premiums aren't that high, so we can look for calls on this one at 356.35. Starbucks had a 2 down that finished green, so let's look for calls on this one as well at $83.58. XL Energy, XEL, has an inside bar. Time frame outside of the day is green, so we'll see where this one leads us tomorrow. We can take calls to go long at $75 or puts at 73.91. CVX is Chevron, outside bar on Chevron, full time frame to the upside, so we can look for calls in this one at 167.73, puts at 163.40. That's it for the list, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Look for my top 5 list tonight. I hope you guys were green today. If not, let's go green tomorrow. Good luck in trading tomorrow or today whenever you're watching the video. Have a great Friday. Have a great Thursday night. Have a great weekend. And we will see you guys on the next one. Bye-bye.